Hi, today we will see about the .NET versions of .NET. Yeah, versions of .NET. I told you that firstly .NET is introduced in the year of 2002. So the first version came in 2002. So .NET 1.0 came in 2002, whereas .NET 1.1 introduced in the year of 2003. .NET 2.0 introduced in 2005. .NET 3.0 introduced in 2006. .NET 4.0, sorry, after that 3.5 introduced in 2008. .NET 4.0 came in 2012. After that, .NET 4.5 introduced in 2015. Okay, these are the versions of .NET. In which year, in which version is came into the existence. Okay, these are the important interview questions. Maybe interviewer maybe will ask you. So whenever you are writing the application, whenever you are developing the application, you should remember in which version you are developing the application. They'll ask you on which version you are developing the application, whether you are using .NET 4.5 framework or .NET 4.0 or .NET 3.5. They'll ask you, so better to remember this. After this, Microsoft provided two types of versions of .NET. One is a trial version, one is trial version, and the second thing is licensed version. Second thing is licensed version. Sorry. What is trial version, what is licensed version, we will see. Trial version is nothing but a um, we had to pre-download it from the Microsoft. This version should be pre-downloaded from the Microsoft. Okay, we can use very freely. Okay, we need not to pay any money for this trial version. Whereas coming to the licensed version, we should pay some amount to get this version. Okay, okay, when we will go for licensed version means whenever we are using the .NET application, that is nothing but whenever we are using the .NET for business purpose, then we will go for the licensed version. To get this licensed version, we should pay some amount to the Microsoft. Okay, remember this. After that, we will see about .NET software components. .NET software components. Yeah, what is .NET software components? Means whenever if you install the .NET, these components will be there in that software. These are called as a .NET software components. Okay, we will see what are that components. Okay, the one is Visual Studio. Visual Studio, and the second thing is .NET Framework. .NET Framework. Okay, now we will see what is Visual Studio and what is .NET Framework. Okay, Visual Studio is nothing but a where we are going to develop the application. That is nothing but a development environment. What is the Visual Studio? Development environment. That is nothing but where we are going to develop the application. That is called as that is the Visual Studio. Okay, and what is .NET Framework? .NET Framework means where we are going to run the .NET application. This is the runtime environment. Okay, this is runtime environment. Okay, I told you that Visual Studio is a development environment. That means where we are going to develop the .NET application, whereas the .NET framework is the runtime environment. That means where we are going to run the .NET application. Okay, tell me one thing. Who are going to use this Visual Studio? Who are going to use this .NET framework? Suppose I'm developing the application, I'm going to use the Visual Studio, right? So who are going to use this? Who is developing the application? That is nothing but a application developer, right? It is going to used by application developer. Then who are going to use the .NET framework? .NET framework can be used by application developer and also the end user, because after developing the application I use it to run the application, right? Whenever the end user is going to test the application, then whenever he is going to use the application, then he is going to run, right? So the .NET framework is run by application developer and end user. Okay, yeah, this Visual Studio is not freeware. Okay, we should install this. If suppose if you go for the licensed version, we should pay some amount to the Microsoft. Okay, it's not freeware. Okay, whereas .NET framework is a freeware. If you install that, it will come along with the Visual Studio. Okay, this is the freeware, right? These are the .NET software components. Now we will see detail structure of .NET framework. Okay, .NET framework architecture. .NET framework architecture. Yeah, I'll say this. Actually, this .NET framework architecture contains 4 layers. How many layers? It contains 4 layers. In the layer 1, it contains the .NET languages. Contains .NET languages. Whereas in the layer 2, it contains .NET technologies. Okay. Whereas in layer 3, it contains base class library. Base class library. Okay. Whereas layer 4 contains .NET execution engine. That is CLR. I'll tell you about this. Yeah, I told you that .NET framework architecture contains the 4 layers. The first layer contains the .NET languages. We'll talk about this. What are the .NET languages? I already discussed about the .NET languages which is available, right? What are the .NET languages? C Sharp is a .NET language. Visual C Sharp, okay. VC++, VB, all these things are .NET languages. Okay, this .NET framework architecture, firstly the layer 1 contains the .NET languages. What are the layer 2? Layer 2 contains the .NET technologies. I already discussed about the .NET technologies. You remembered? See, if you are going to develop the Windows application, which technology we are going to use? Windows Forms. Okay, we are going to use the Windows Forms as one technology. If you want to develop the ASP.NET applications, sorry, if you want to develop the web applications, then we are going to use the ASP.NET technology, right? If you want to develop the web services, then we will use the WCF. Like this, these are the .NET technologies. Okay, now we will see about the layer 3. What is base class library? What is base class library? Base class library contains the predefined classes. It's a collection of classes which is provided by the Microsoft to make the developer's task easy. Okay, base class library is nothing but a collection of classes. Okay, yeah. Coming to the next point, that is layer 4 is a .NET execution engine. What it will do? .NET execution engine will do, it will execute the .NET application. Okay, it will execute the .NET application. What is the .NET execution engine is CLR. CLR is nothing but common language sorry runtime. Common language runtime. Every .NET application is going to execute by CLR, common language runtime. Okay, these are the .NET framework architecture. Now we will see about .NET execution engine application architecture. How .NET execution engine will work. .NET execution engine application architecture. For this thing, actually, how the .NET application will run means it will run in two steps. Okay, in the first step, actually we will write the code in high level language. That is nothing but whatever the English language we are using, that is the high level language, human understandable language. Okay, in that first step, this high level language will convert to the MSIL code. Okay, MSIL code is nothing but a Microsoft Intermediate Language. Okay, who will convert this high level language to Microsoft Intermediate Language? Language compiler. Actually, after developing the application, we are going to compile that application, right? When we compile this high level language will convert to the MSIL code, that is a Microsoft Intermediate Language. Okay, who will convert? Language compiler. Language compiler will convert high level language to MSIL code. MSIL is nothing but Microsoft Intermediate Language. Okay, yeah. What will happen in the next step 2? In step 2, it will convert the Microsoft Intermediate Language code, that is MSIL code, to native code. Native code is nothing but a machine understandable code, that is nothing but a zeros or ones. This is the process will happen in step 2. Who will convert this MSIL code to native code means JIT compiler. JIT compiler. Okay, what it will do, it will convert from MSIL code to native code, right? What is the abbreviation for JIT? Means just in time compiler. Just in time compiler. Okay, for this thing we should draw one diagram better so that you can understand very well. One second, I'll try to draw this, whether it is possible or not. I'll check it once. I'm searching for a thick pen. Okay. Yes. I don't know whether it will work or not. I'll check this. Okay. I told you that in the first step, actually, what it will be there. High level language will be there. Okay. High level language. It will convert. Who will convert this? High level language is converted by language compiler. This is the language compiler. Please understand this. Maybe the writing is very bad. Okay. This language compiler will convert from high level language to Microsoft Intermediate Language. It will be present in CLR. Okay, it will convert high level language to MSIL code. Okay, after this it will convert high level language MSIL code to native code. Who will convert this? JIT compiler, just in time. Just in time compiler will convert from MSIL code to native code. Very bad, but please try to understand this. First of all, what will happen? This is the first step. It will convert the high level language. Who will convert this? Language compiler is going to convert the high level language to MSIL code. That is a Microsoft Intermediate Language. Okay, sorry, actually this CLR has to present in JIT compiler is present in CLR. I'm very sorry. Please wait, I'll erase this. Yes, okay. This will actually this JIT compiler, sorry, okay, this JIT compiler will come in CLR. It will present in CLR, Common Language Runtime. Okay. Okay, then this JIT compiler will convert the MSIL code to native code. Okay, you understood, right? Yeah. Second, I'll quit this. Yeah. This is the .NET Execution Engine application process. Okay, next thing we will see about okay, .NET Framework architecture is completed, right? Okay, next thing we will see about CLS. What is CLS? CLS is nothing but a common language specifications or standards. What is the abbreviation for this? common language specifications or standards. What is this? What is the meaning of CLS? Why we are using the CLS? Because what is CLS means, whenever actually this CLS, these are the standard specifications provided by the Microsoft. So every .NET language should meet this standards. Okay, every .NET language should meet this specifications. Okay, this is about the CLS. Okay, if you people understand this video, if you want to take course with me, so please reach me to saitanvi17@gmail.com. Okay, if you mail me, I'll give you my contact number so that we'll discuss about the course details. Okay, thank you very much. Bye bye.